Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining me. I am Heather with Rose Hill Paper Cottage, and I wanted to do this series, make a journal with me of my process. And it all started because I had made these kits where I just put together, I had found this old quilt at an antique store, and I just kept thinking about it as I walked through the store, and I had to have it. And I knew that there was still some life in it. I knew it could make, some really cute things. So I had put together some kits, and I had listed them on, Instagram with the video and everything like that. So if you want to check that out, you can check me out at Rose Hill Paper on Instagram, and you can see the video. However, you don't need those supplies. I mean, you can use whatever you have, but I will be working with part of this really, really kind of worn, quilt piece. And I just thought it would kind of be cool because, you can just kind of like see my process, my thought process, what I go through when I think about, creating a journal. And it really is different for every single one. It depends on so many different things. So anyway, I just thought I would kind of like, just show you what I'm going to do with it. Because I saved a little bit for myself. I could technically make probably two journals and then maybe some like really small, tiny ones, or maybe I could like stitch together some of the other pieces. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, the sun is not, too bright because I either have to like close the curtains or probably should have filmed this earlier. But anyway, just bear with me. I'll try to make it better if I need to close the curtain or something. But anyway, I'm just going to kind of like, this will be, there'll be several videos, because I can't show you the complete entire process. And really, except for like kind of gathering materials and kind of like thinking about it, I haven't really, given it a whole lot of thought or, have really prepped anything. So I'm going to be kind of winging it, because that's kind of what I do a lot of the times anyway. So anyway, some things to think about. So this kit came with this quilt piece. It has this, like really nice, embroidered like. It's not really, it's machine done. And then a little bit of this like chenille, which is, quite thin, like the actual, backing material. But then, these are a little bit puffy. So what I think about when I first, start something, there's always some sort of like inspiration piece. And that's going to be the quilt. This is my, inspiration. But you'll see it was well loved. It has a lot of, tears and stuff in it. But I'm going to save it. I'm going to rescue it. So the first thing I think about is like, what kind of size do I want? What feels comfortable? And, which way I want my pattern to go, So I'll kind of like, I'll look at it and, I just see what kind of like feels right to me, and I'll flip it over. And then, I feel like it should be like this side. Yeah, I kind of like this side. And then I kind of determine like the size, what size I want to go for. And there are all kinds of different, sizes that you can do. Cahier and like the standard are what I do the most often. But I mean, I could totally envision this like as a really cute, like, I don't know, 4x6, or let's see here. So that's 6 across. Maybe like a 6x6. That would be super cute, actually. And then you still like capture this, pattern. So obviously, I mean, and then you can even make this bigger. Like if you wanted it like a little bit wider, you could also like bring it over and then add like a strip of, one of these other materials or something else that you have. There are just so many options when it comes to making journals and creating, what you want. But I think I am gonna just keep it like this. And something I've never done is I've never done a kind of like a rough edge. A lot of times I always, fold this over and make my corner, all my edges and everything in the corners all really nice and neat. But I kind of want to do like a really like rough edged one, and maybe a little bit softer of a cover as opposed to, um, more of a stiff type one. Maybe, yeah, maybe more of like a soft cover type. So I'm kind of leaning towards, like, when I'm thinking about this, I'm kind of leaning towards like something like maybe this will be my inside, I think. But then I did have this cut already. So if you have like, like a scoreboard, it's pretty perfect, especially if you make this a lot, but it's not necessary. You don't actually have to have it. I mean, you can fold your paper where it needs to be. So if I'm going to do kind of a cahier size, which is kind of what, I don't know, it's it's a little bit bigger, so it seems like there's more, room in it, then I would need a piece, because a cahier size is 5 by 8 1/4. And so I would need, an 8 1/4 length, and I would need 10 across. So then that means I would score it at the 5-inch mark. Or, you would just trim your, obviously this was probably an 8.5 by 11, and it's not a real heavy cardstock, there is some give in it, but it's, maybe a medium weight. And then you can just fold it in half. So pretty simple there. Because I think that's the size I'm going to go for this one. And I might make 2 at the same time. I don't know if that's quite an undertaking, because I do have like a second piece. But there was a second kit too, where you had the smaller piece, which you could like add material to it and make it whatever size that you want to. I mean, that's what's great about it, right? So I don't know. I'm going to only work like probably on one at a time, but like as I go through the videos, if I end up like doing a second one at the same time, I'll obviously share that. So I think what I might do though still is kind of put this inside, and then like that way I've got a little bit of, give, but you really wouldn't have to do that part. And all of the big kits came with like a file folder, and that's handy too to use, or any file folder that you have if you don't want to use the one that was sent with it. You could also just use, any kind of file folder. It's kind of nice. They already have the little, basically all the different, what do you call it? Like it's kind of like a spine, like a ready-made spine already for you. And what's kind of cool about it is you could even fold on these other marks. Like say you want to do more than one signature. So these are all things that I think about, and maybe that's a good idea. Maybe I could make one a single signature and one a double signature. That might be kind of cool. I've really only done 1 and 3. I've never done a 2 signature. I think I like odd numbers a lot of times. But yeah, then you would just cut this, the size that you're wanting, and then you've already got it like folded. You don't have to worry about having a score board or anything like that to do that. So let's see here. And you know what I kind of want to do? I kind of want to make it like, kind of like wonky. Like it's kind of like at an angle. What do we think of that? Like obviously my edges would straighten up, but I kind of like the idea that it's, kind of like that. Does that let me still have what I need here? Oh yeah, totally. It totally does. Wasn't sure how much I had there. So I'm kind of liking that. I might just kind of see how that looks and how that goes. And I've never sewn with having the camera running or anything like that. So, y'all will just have to kind of bear with me. But basically, that's the first thing you want to do is you want to kind of decide like how big you want your journal to be, what type of cover that you want it. If you want it soft, then you're not going to probably, do this whole step. But I'm going to do that, whether you want your edges rough or not. But I kind of want them rough because I don't know. I've seen some cute journals that have like the rough, unfinished edges, and I want to try that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go for it. So I have my sewing machine here. I should see if you guys can like even see, like I'm not sure what you can see of it. That's the bad thing about the window too. That might be the best I can kind of like get it. So I'm gonna do like, I'm gonna clip this on. You could use paper clips, or maybe paper clips would be better for me. I don't know. So I am going to, I kind of like that angled like that. And I kind of want that, yeah, maybe I'll just bring that kind of like right there to the edge. Okay. And then, I'm kind of liking that. So all I'm going to do is just kind of like hold this in place. You could also do a little bit of glue to like kind of, help you keep it there where you want it. I might need to pull that just a little bit more. Okay. So yeah, I think that's how I want it. Okay, I'm just gonna go for it. And if it doesn't work, you tear it out. That's what I do. And then you can decide where you want to be, like if you want to, where you want to start and end. Because I don't backstitch at the beginning, I'll backstitch at the end. So yeah, so I am just gonna go in here, and I am gonna, because I'm probably gonna do, I don't know, we'll see, we'll just see. But I'm basically gonna do, I had it set on zigzag, that's not gonna work for me. I'm basically just doing like an eighth of an inch from the edge. And then I'm kind of like, pulling a little bit, but not too much. I mean, it can be adjusted later, and I'm going to be doing some like stitching on top of it. So I'm just going to try to like, hold it as straight as possible. I don't worry too much, about making a mistake, because like truly everything is kind of fixable. And I don't even worry about the stitches being too like perfect or anything, because I don't know. I just don't think it really matters all that much. So I'm just like gonna cut off my threads. And I'm using white, but like you could totally use a contrasting thread, which I think would be kind of cool. And so maybe for like my second stitch, I'll do that. Once I do the inside cover. So let me just push that back so we can kind of just take a look at this. So this is like kind of what I did so that I could just have it kind of wonky, which I kind of like. I kind of almost wish I would have pulled this out just a little bit more on that side, but I think it's okay. I mean, I may even opt to have this be my front. I mean, because that would be kind of cool too. it here. What I'm deciding basically is I'm deciding like if I want to do like a pocket on the front at all. Um, you know, I spend a lot of time, you know, thinking about, you know, the cover and the functionality of it and the durability of it. Because those are all important things, you know, because when somebody uses a journal, you know, they're going to be, you know, opening it and closing it, you know, many, many times. So I think the cover is really super important. Um, but yeah, I think, you know, I don't know. I'm really kind of liking it so far. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of like even up my edges a little bit here. Not too much because I don't want it perfect. Um, so I'm going to do like that for now. And I'll probably trim it a little bit closer. But it doesn't have to be done like that quite yet. And then I'm going to trim this a little bit closer though. And then I think what I'm going to do is just like kind of angle this down. I think that's really cool. Okay, and then I will, yeah, maybe I'll cut this a little bit more closer. Okay, what do I think so far? So maybe that's just a little bit hanging, a little bit low. I should be using actual like fabric scissors on this instead of like what I'm using. Okay. So I'm kind of liking that a lot. I kind of like it like that. I don't know. Maybe I should like, this is cute. Maybe that's just still a little bit too much. That's cute. That is really cute. So like I had this idea, like I could like put this cute little pocket here if I wanted to. You know, I mean, it could even be kind of like off-centered, or I could even kind of like slouch it a bit, or maybe the other direction, even slouch it a bit. Like that's kind of cute, isn't it? So that's an idea. And then we did like, let's see, we had like these other pieces. And so I don't have like every piece that was in the kit because some it was the last that I had. And so I just shared it. And then I had come up with, I was like, hey, let me do like a journal with me or make a journal with me. But these are kind of cool too, you know, to like add in or like put like little blocks in. But man, I don't know what it is, but I really love this actually. Like the way that it is, there's this little bit of like a hole there, but like the pocket would cover that up if I choose to do that. Let's see, here's some of the other, because like I can envision like, you know, taking all kinds of like, you know, squares or rectangles of these or whatever, and then like, you know, attaching them all over. I really like this a lot. Okay, so I think if I just angle that a little bit, then that gives me kind of what I was looking for. So I think that might be it. I think that's pretty cute. I mean, I might need to like fix it just a teensy bit, but then I think if I fray some of the edges and stuff a little bit, like it'll be more of what I had envisioned, I think. But that'll come, you know, later. I don't have to do like everything. So that's pretty cute, isn't it? That is cute. Okay, so I really need to decide about this pocket, you know, what I want to do. So, oh, you know, another idea was if you wanted to make this wider, you know, to accommodate like several signatures or whatever, you didn't have to like extend it even here. You could have actually even just cut the quilt piece in half and then made like, because I mean, I also think that that would be like super cute as a, you know, just going down the center as a new, you know, spine for it. That's super cute as well. So, you know, just some ideas. There are a lot of ideas. And it'd kind of be cool too, you know, if you guys, for those of you, well, for any of you, you know, that do, you know, a quilt, it'd kind of be cool to see like, you know, how you came up with yours. Cause, the ones that do have the kit, you know, we all have the same pattern. So that'll be neat, but it'd be neat to see, you know, different ways that people, you know, make them. So basically, I don't know if you can see that, but that bothers me a little bit, you know, having that, you know, rough little hole there. So I either need to, you know, put some sort of fabric here or possibly even a pocket. And I just kind of think that's cool to have like a little pocket here. So I'm kind of leaning towards that. But I do think it'd kind of be cool that it's not like a perfect pocket. I just need to decide like how big I want it to be. And then I still want it to mimic this, like, you know, how it kind of comes down a little bit. So, yeah, that's super cute. And then I think it'll be really cute when I have this in there. So I need to think about like if I, you know, if I want like a side pocket, if I want like a normal pocket. And then I feel like that'll be nice, you know, like a flexible cover, but like, you know, it's going to be textured. Hopefully it's not doesn't create too much bulk, but if I choose an area, you know, that goes down the center, that's not going to, you know, be where it's a little bit like chunkier, I think that'll work too. So, okay. So I'm really liking this and I just need to make some decisions, don't I? But this is all like part of the process. This is what happens. You could even like wrap your pocket, you know, to the back if you wanted to. I'd probably pick like the longer, you know, side if I wanted to do it like that. But I don't think, I think it's just going to be like a pocket like on the front. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So I think what I'll do is I'm kind of deciding. I mean, I don't really want to cover up too much of that image because I really like it. But does that give me a deep enough pocket? I mean, it doesn't have to be terribly big, right? So let me just go a little bit extra. And then I think I'll need about, I can either have that to the corner, which is kind of fun. That's kind of cute. But then if I bind it, I guess if I just do it a little bit over, then that won't matter. Okay, so let me just do that. I talk to myself, I think. I forget that I like record. Okay, so I'm kind of liking this. I'm thinking that's cute. And then I think it would kind of be cute even to like, just kind of like pinch it a bit. You know, so that it's not this like perfect pocket. And you can kind of see through it. I wonder if I should line it a bit. Or put, you know, like I've got some trim here. You know, like what if I had that peeking up out of it? That would be kind of cute, wouldn't it? Yeah, so if I have that cinched. Or is that too much? I kind of don't like that it is a little bit see-through, I think. But maybe that looks kind of cool with the, you know, with that texture of the X's. Well, it's not really texture, but it looks like it is. You know, doing something like that, maybe. Or maybe just putting this like straight on. Maybe that looks better. Let's see, maybe I'll like this a little bit better. That's kind of cute too. What if I kind of like the idea of that. It's kind of cute. Okay, so I think I will. I think I'm going to stitch this here. So that it's kind of like peeking out from that a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so I only backstitched on one end because I kind of want to see what I want to do here to finish that. So I am going to trim a bit here. And then, you know, I can always trim a little bit more later. So I'm not too concerned about that yet. I mean, this is going to look a little bit, you know, probably more messy you know, at the moment. But I just want to get a stitch at the top and then also at the bottom. Kind of went over the seam there a bit, which I kind of didn't want to do. So I might just tear that out just a bit. Didn't really want to go over into the spine part. You know, and that's okay. And I think, you know, I think I'll just cut that. I'll cut those. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Yeah, so I feel like, you know, it'd kind of be cool. I wonder if, like, if I stuck that all the way down. If I did it all. That's kind of a cool idea, actually. I'm going to do that. See, it's tight quarters. It's dangerous at times. I done hit my elbow. Okay. So a couple things. So basically what I've decided is I am going to stitch this all the way down, because you can kind of see through this material, and I didn't like how you could kind of just see where the color was, and this way there'll be like polka dots running back and forth. And also another thing that it'll do is it'll kind of help reinforce the pocket area and where I've got that hole. Which I could, you know, do with any other like fabric. I'm just choosing to use these polka dots because I like them. This sorry, but I mean I could back it with, like, you know, anything else that I wanted. I don't know, I kind of like this and how this is going. So actually, it would have been better had when I took these, and instead of leaving this top one over this one, it would have been better had I tucked, you know, had I started from the bottom and then each one was over the top, because as you go to put things in, However, because it's sorry, I mean, it might be all right. I may have to do some like other stitches and stuff, but we'll see, you know, as I go to actually utilize it as a pocket. We'll see what happens. But it would have been better had I done it the other way. So for the last one, I will do that. Well, actually, I can't do that because I didn't leave enough of a gap there for me to do it. But this is okay. This is good, right? It'll end up cute. Now you could like stitch here and come all the way around and go back, you know, and just continue and do it that way. However, I don't know that I want these completely attached down because it's going to give me a different look. I may want it like free flowing, and since it's going to be behind the pocket anyway, it's not going to, you know, you're not going to totally see it, but it might do kind of like a little weird thing here. And I don't know that I want to compromise um, this side here because this is where the spine is. And if I put a stitch here, then plus stitch the pink, you know, on top of it, then I'm putting a lot of holes in, and I want to be mindful of that and probably, you know, not, you know, less is more basically um, for something like that. I'm just going with, you know, just some basic, you know, thoughts of, you know, kind of like paper and stitching it and all that sort of stuff. And I'm off on this. I wonder, you know what? I'm just going to go with it. I can always take it out if I don't like it. That's what's good about stuff like this. Because, yeah, so see, like when I stitched it, I'm here, but you know what? That doesn't bother me. And it's probably going to be covered up by the inside material, you know, anyway. Yeah, so I like that. Another tip I have is a lot of times I'll lay these back down so they're more flat. And I just take my seam ripper and I just kind of glide across it. And then that lays that paper, you know, right back down. So then when I go to, you know, glue or attach anything, I think it just helps, you know, so you don't have that raised, you know, bump. Everything's going to be, you know, relatively flat. So that's cute. I like that. So then when I do the pocket and you can see the dots, I think that's going to be cute. I'm just debating now whether do I want to add anything to the top of this, you know, like another piece of fabric or trim, or let me just see what that would look like. Like, that's not really long enough, but it'd give me an idea. Looks like that is kind of cute, isn't it? Let me see this one. Yeah, I think it kind of just fades into the background, so you kind of don't really see, I suppose. You know? I think that's kind of cute, like peeking out there. So I don't know. I'm just gonna see what happens, what I end up with here when I do this. So I think I'm gonna stitch on the inside here, right? Is that what I want to do? I'm winging it. So this I will backstitch, and it's going to be a little bit hard for my machine to want to go over all these little chenille bumps. So I'm kind of just, you know, I'm taking it a little slower, but I don't mind it if it gathers because I kind of wanted that look anyway to begin with. So sometimes I'll raise my presser foot and then put it back down. Okay, so I don't think I'm on my paper board, so I might, but does that matter? Will it matter? I could always do another stitch. Would I like that look? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, so you know what? Just gonna keep going. And see what it looks like when it's done and if I like it. And if I don't like it, I can just take it out, right? Okay, so now I do want to go up this side. And because it's cockeyed, so that's going to be my center. So I'm probably just going to go over this a little bit. Okay. I think I might just push that down a bit to give me a little bit more like ruffling. And let's see what we ended up with. Let me clean up all these threads so I can really get a feel for it. Okay, so I think it's kind of cute. So like, let me trim this just a little bit. Let's see if I like it. So it's kind of cute. Isn't that cute? As it gets like kind of like, you know, wrinkled up and stuff. And then I might just cut that a little bit more. I think that's looking kind of cute. I don't know, maybe it would have been cuter to have like one more layer of that like peeking out. You know, just like a little bit, not a lot. But it doesn't have to. It's just kind of like gives it a little bit of interest, but I still think it's cute like this. That's cute. It is. It's really cute. I like that a lot. Maybe that's a little excessive on this side. I don't know. We'll see. I feel like that's pretty cute though. It's a little pocket. Yeah, that looks good. I like it a lot. So it's off that paper, but I might need to, yeah, that's cute. So basically I'm gonna like continue on. I'm gonna think about, you know, maybe what else I want to add or what else I might want to change. And then, you know, with the second video, maybe we'll like just finish it up a little bit and then work on the, you know, the inside. Because I really need to think about, well, I really like the flowers up this way. I really need to think about, you know, where I want my pockets. I might just do like a side one in here or on the front and then maybe a lower one here. But I like there to be pockets because, you know, the cover is going to be the most secure as far as pockets go. I always put pockets throughout, but, you know, again, they're paper and so they can break down over time, whereas the fabric is, it's going to be the most secure. So I definitely want to add, a pocket in the front and the back for, just extra things to tuck in. um, but yeah, so I might complete a little bit more of it, but we'll revisit it and we'll see like how much I've done. And in the meantime, I mean, you could do the same thing. Play around with your cover and see what you like to do, um, what you want to add to yours, or maybe you'll want to just leave it even plain. Sometimes I don't put pockets on the covers, but I just felt like because I had that spot there, I just really wanted to do something like that. But again, I mean, it would be really cute. I might even add like some little bit of patchwork. I kind of thought like it would be cute to, because I have quite a tear here as well. So I need to do something because it's a little bit too rustic for me. But I thought it'd be kind of cool to like make this one of the, the little pinwheel pieces coming down, because I can put a piece here and then also do another piece here. So that might be kind of cool. And then that could kind of camouflage it. And then I could do the same thing up here because the stitching is kind of loose. And if I do it here too, then it'll kind of mimic both of them and it'll look kind of cool. So I think that's where I'm going. Another idea is you could also do a pocket on the back, or like a little band to like it, like a belly band is what they call them, to tuck things in. But I'm not going to do that for this one. I think I am going to like use this polka dotted sari, and it also, ties in that it's here. I might even, add some here. I'm not sure. We'll see. I'll think about it. But I'm definitely going to probably put it here and here. And I think that'll be super cute. So yeah, so check back for my next video. I always post, that if I have a video going on, and on Instagram and stuff. So but yeah, I'm gonna work on this cover just a little bit more, and then next time we'll pick it up with finishing anything. I'll show what I've done, and then we'll talk about like the inside cover. So anyway, thanks for joining me. If you guys have any tips or anything, if I didn't explain something clearly or whatever, because obviously, I mean, I've never really truly done a big, huge, tutorial, type thing. And I work by myself all the time, so I'm more on the quiet end when I'm creating. So sometimes I forget, oh hey, I need to talk. So yeah, just if you have any tips or anything, feel free to message me or to put them down below. Thanks guys. I'll see you at the next video. Bye bye.